understand climate change. And a lot of people who live in this country, large swaths of population, don't respect it. Ignorance and misinformation are our enemy. And we need to learn as much as we can about it and as fast as we can. And you can't get much more proof than the recent experience with Hurricane Ian. We have two climate experts today to help us with that education. Joseph Schmidt, who is our primary speaker today, and James Byrne are from the Nature Conservancy. Some of you may be familiar with their work. It's an amazing organization. It's a global environmental nonprofit that operates in all 50 states and in 76 countries around the world. They have done some of the most impactful work anywhere on climate change, ocean work, water work, using natural and hard materials to help prevent damage. They're even working on a project here in Tampa called Picnic Island, some of you may know. And they'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. In Florida, the Nature Conservancy takes care of 1.43 million acres. And they've been in Florida working for 60 years. Joseph Schmidt is a climate project manager in Florida, and he works to reduce greenhouse gases as well as to develop nature-based solutions to address flood risk and to promote coastal resilience. He is engaged in projects in Miami-Dade and Palm Beach County as well as here. James Byrne is the Director of Strategy and Policy for the Nature Conservancy, has a 17-year background in conservation planning, and he's also had multiple roles with the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration. Joseph and James are experts on climate change and conservation. We can learn a lot from these gentlemen, and we can learn a lot about the action we need to take as a community going forward, and the action we need to take as individuals going forward regarding climate change. Please give a warm welcome to Joseph Schmidt and James Byrne.
Thank you. That was a great introduction. I work for the Nature Conservancy here in Florida, and our mission is to protect the lands and waters on which all life depends. And you can't really do that without addressing climate. It's a crisis. Many people know all about it and are trying to do something about it, and we're part of that coalition of folks trying to do something about it. What we're doing here in Florida is focusing on building coalitions, collaborating and connecting people for climate action, really. And what we're talking about with climate action is mitigating emissions and adapting to the change that we're seeing. And so part of my role is to build a diverse, big tent, you could say, to address that, to push for policies that incentivize us to move forward on reducing emissions and also adapting. And so in the adaptation space, we're focusing on restoring natural infrastructure and incorporating nature-based solutions into traditional infrastructure. We're doing this because gray infrastructure or traditional infrastructure is expensive. It will continue to be more and more expensive in the future, and it doesn't necessarily address a lot of the other underlying issues related to development and also climate change. We have kind of a biodiversity crisis as well, and so if we can build projects and develop our cities and to become more sustainable and adapt our coastlines, we can benefit humans and also contribute to enhancing biodiversity. Like Bill said, we have a project here that is kind of in its conceptual phases at Picnic Island Park. Working with the city of Tampa, their Chief Resilience Officer, Whit Reamer, very much supportive of us doing a regional demonstration project here in the area, specifically looking at how we can adapt our spaces to be resilient to storms, and also to enhance the environment here. There's a lot of co-benefits related to enhancing living shorelines and contributing to our overall economic success, whether that's recreational tourism, fisheries, and just contributing to a better quality of life here in Florida. So that's what I'm doing here. This is how we're trying to connect and build a community around natural climate solutions, nature-based solutions, and mitigation. And so, if you have any questions about that and how that relates to Tampa or Florida in general, let me know.